Hi everybody, Avana Intuitive here with our weekly weekend reading for the weekend of April 25th, 2025. That doesn't even sound right to me. I don't know, sometimes dates and words and things sound funny. But anyway, here we are. It's our weekend energy reading for April 25th, 2025. And just a reminder as we get started, it is for entertainment purposes only. This weekend, I have been called to use these Fairy Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine, getting a clarifying card with the Starry Beginning Cards of Cassi White, and doing the 3-card pick with the Moonology Cards with Yasmin Boland, because we have a new moon on Sunday, April 27th. So let's see what we have. Let's do a 3-card pick with those Moonology cards, see what we get. So shuffling these Fairy Tarot cards, let's see what we can get any idea of what the weekend energy may be. We'll see. And, then get a little clarifying card on these Starry Beginning cards. I love those Starry Beginning cards. I love the images, and of course, I love stars. So that always makes it a nice deck. I always enjoy that deck. Well, I enjoy all my decks, as you know, and I enjoy all the cards. So there you go. Can't really go anywhere from that. All right. So anyway, here we go. Okay, these. I have to show you this one card as soon as I pull this last card. This is where I kind of lost my train of thought when I saw this, and I'll point it out to you as soon as we get to it. That's why you'll see, like, why did she stop talking? That's amazing, huh? She stopped for a moment. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to start at the beginning. First, we get the 6 of Spring card. The Spring card is the 6 of Wands, and you know what? We actually got that card yesterday. If you'll recall, we got the 6 of Wands. It was something else. It was something else, but it basically was a 6 of Wands. And here it's the 6 of Spring, but it's really the 6 of Wands. Which must be really indicative of the energy. And this is what it says. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards and success and public recognition. This 6 of Spring, 6 of Wands card really represents, like, you know what? We might have lost some battles, but we've won the war. This is where you're coming in, like he's riding in after winning the war. And I'm sorry to use those kind of terms, but really in the Rider-Waite, the person is riding in on his horse in like a public parade, like after the war is won. Okay. And he's won it. I mean, he's like the general, and he's, everybody is, celebrating that. And that is really huge, okay? So, yes, maybe some battles were lost, but the war has been won. And, basically we won it. So that's what's really good. So wonderful news is on its way. I love that. Success and public recognition. And I love the middle sense of smart choices that bring rewards. This didn't just fall into our laps, okay, this recognition and this good news. Smart choices brought it, right? We weighed out our options. We did some strategy. We changed our strategy along the way. And now we're starting to see. It's interesting. It seems like this weekend, especially after yesterday's reading, it seems like this weekend, this energy is starting to now bring in like the fruits of our labor. Love that, Oh my gosh. And look at this. 10 of Winter, okay? I love it. The resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. Yeah, this energy this weekend just seems to be like the end of a phase. Things are lightening up. The snow is melting, spring is coming. I know we're a little bit past, that. We're in April here, the end of April, so we're behind, we're beyond that as far as our weather, our calendar, but it's kind of like with the energy, we're kind of like, I feel like the snow is melting, and now we're having like April showers bring May flowers is what I just heard, right? Now the flowers are starting to come up after a long, cold winter. Love it. And here's the picture I saw. Now this is Prince of Winter. And this is the picture. So look at this. I just saw this little mouth opened up. I was like, oh my gosh. That's why I stopped talking, because when I put the card down, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, look at that. Okay. So anyway, this is the Prince of Winter, and this would be the Prince of Air. and the Knight of Air. And this is intellectual, determined, focused, and impulsive. And you see, we have a 10 of Winter and we have a Prince of Winter. And it says, seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. Yes, I think things are really changing for the better. And it's going to be like a sudden change. It's like a weight lifted off our shoulders. And like a good change, like things, wonderful news is on its way. I think this weekend, like things just kind of, for a lot of us, maybe not everybody, I hope for everybody, but things just like, and not just maybe this weekend, but like in the coming days, I just feel like things, like the energy's shifting, and we're all kind of like surprised by it. Like, wow, didn't see that coming. Or, I get this feeling like sudden and unexpected news, but it's good news. And it's like, wow, didn't see that coming. And like, wow, that's really nice. And just happy, just feeling good about things. The clarifying card, which I love, is, what is the number? It's 28. That's funny because that's a 10. The end of one phase, the beginning of another, right? 10 is the end of a phase. 1 is the beginning of another. So a new phase coming in, and it says, you are your greatest gift. Your life's journey is your masterpiece. Yes, I love that, right? Our masterpiece is what we're creating in our lives. What is our legacy? What do we create every day? And then what do we look back at? And what have we created during our life? That's our masterpiece. In fact, I've seen places called like the Dash Inn, okay? There's like, I've seen places around in this bigger cities, and there's like a bar called the Dash Inn, right? And then I read on the wall what the Dash Inn was, and it says the dash, that's the dash between your birthday dash and then the day you die. And they're like, and basically what the explanation was your birthday is good, no doubt. The day you pass away, okay, that's that. But your life takes place on that dash. That's the Dash Inn. That's what, like, the dash is the most important part of those dates. That's where all the living is. The day of your birth, very, very significant. The day you transition, very significant. But the life takes place on the dash. And anyway, that's just like your life's journey is your masterpiece. That's where all the living takes place, right there, your masterpiece, where you're creating. And really, I just feel like this is going to be like a really nice weekend for all of us. Not all of us, I can't say that. This is a general reading, but for a lot of us. And we're almost going to be like, wow, didn't see that good news coming. So I hope that's the case. I hope it's the case for all of us. But and again, I don't think it's going to be a bad weekend, but in any sense, but there you go. All right, my friends. Now, here we go. Let's do our 3-card reading with these Moonology Oracle cards. Now, that being said, we also have a new moon starting. So we have a new phase starting, our full moon. Under the full moon, we put our crystals out, get a nice energy charge on things. New moon, we put out new intentions. Might be a good weekend to do that. As we wrap up one phase, there we go. There's another part. Wrapping up one phase, starting a new phase. Wrapping up a nice positive phase here. Starting on a nice, firm, positive footing into a new phase. So let's see. And here we go. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Think about which card resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3. Don't think too hard. If you picked card 1, you got the full moon in Scorpio. And it says, it's time to release negativity. Yeah, this couldn't be a better time, especially during this, again, new moon. Yeah, release the negativity. Just let it go. That really, and if you have to do, to me, it's kind of like, what, if you have to think about things a lot, or you have to meditate on things a lot, it's all good. But sometimes you can just say, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm picking a new perspective. I've done that. That's it. I'm going to jump into a new parallel reality. Just do it. You don't always have to make a big deal out of everything. I mean, I don't always have to. Let's put it this way. Let me focus on me. It doesn't matter. I'm not singling anybody out. I'm just saying, I don't always have to make a big deal out of it. I'm like, yeah, I don't like that about myself. Or maybe I'm going to change it. I'm just not going to do that anymore. Or I'm going to look at it from a new perspective. I don't have to sit here and analyze it and think about it and meditate. Just change it. Change my perspective on it. Move forward. So sometimes we just need to release negativity, or look at it from, I'm just going to look at this from a more positive way. That's it. And move forward. So that's card 1. If you picked card 2, you got the fixed moon, and it says, hold your vision. I have to tell you, I'm going to look this one up. And the reason I'm going to look this one up, I don't really know what that means, to be honest with you. I know, right? It's not that I want to not know what that means, but I'm like, when I saw the card come up, I'm like, hold your vision. What I'm thinking is it's just not time to move forward. But I'm going to see what it says. It says there are two main possibilities. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever you're situated in. The second, very different interpretation is that something is stuck. That could be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheels so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? No, that might be so. If so, that's great. Because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. So, okay. So, hold your vision. Either hold it, it's not time to move forward. Or if you feel like it is time, but things aren't moving, are you holding things in place for some belief system that you have or something that's holding you there that you really have to kind of, take maybe a deeper dive to move forward? And then here you go. Last card, if you picked card 3, New Moon in Scorpio, and that is work through your fears. So if you're fearing something, if something isn't sitting well with you and you're like, I don't really like this, then you have to really take a nice hard look at your belief system, because your fears, your emotions come up through your belief system, what your thoughts are, right? Your beliefs, you're thinking about something, you're feeling something, but that's what it's because you believe. If somebody, I hear this example all the time. If somebody goes, you don't know somebody, right? They run up to you and they say, I'm never going to call you again. I'm never going to call you. You're going to look, you don't know them. You're like, okay, don't call me. Whatever. But if it's somebody that you love and they say, I'm never going to call you again, you're going to be like, whoa, wait, why not? Right? Because you have, you have emotions with this person. You have you know them, you love them. You don't, what happened? What did I do? Right? All of a sudden you care. You have a belief system with them. So, you know what? If you're working through your fears, if you're fearful that somebody won't call you again, why is that? Well, because I love them and I want to know what's wrong. What do I have to work through to see if I can change the situation or change my thought process or change my beliefs? So if that's the case, working through your fears, this is actually a really good card to get, because this card really does mean that you are ready to take a look at things. Some things that may not be working for you anymore in your life, right? The way you look at things, the perspective that you have. And your perspective is your reality. It might not be my reality or my perspective, but your perspective is your reality. So it might be time to take a look at things and change them. So, all right, my friends, there you go. I will see you next week. And if I'm on YouTube doing something somewhere, who knows, just hit that, like button and hit that little bell and, for notifications. And there you go. All right. I will see you next week. Namaste and have a great weekend.